We're here with a very special guest. Pleasure to reconnect with you, man, after so long, after so many years. But we're here with reggae artist TEKI.
Man, put all the other genres in there too, cause I'm coming after it all. You know what I'm saying? Man, thank you, bro. It's good to be on here. It's good to see you. I'll tell you, reggae is my first love for real. I think it started with Bob. To be honest, like my dad put me on those live shows. Like if you listen to my new stuff right now, Justin, like it's all R&B. It's like trying to catch up with the times. So like I just got divorced, single, trying to like getting back on the scene. It's really distracting. But I've been writing a lot, like, but since the beginning of the year, I've been releasing new music again, and I see you liking all the stuff too. So I appreciate that. Trying to fund the music side. Like that's my priority: music and my kids, and man, just taking it on.
Let's talk about the new single November Moon that you just recently released.
You know, just fresh out of a relationship with a Scorpio. Like I love the vibe. Never been single before, but like I was diving in to a relationship. Like I was enjoying all the moments we had together. We got along so well, like even better than me and the ex. Because I was married for like 13 years, right? And I just found connection. It was good.
We met the year of 2012. I know that you were in Hawaii. You were doing a lot of recordings back at Decibel Studios in Kapolei. At the time when I first met you, you had a big hit that has been all over the world. Back in February 29 of 2012, you released one of your biggest hits, Not Too Fast.
Oh my goodness, I love that song. Like that song means so much to me. Like heard the beat, it was written so quick. Like and shout out to Goof Sappings out there in the Bay. That guy's amazing. He made a beat, like took a little sample from some, and I felt like everything I felt in that song. It just came naturally. Everything was penned out, and like the way he structured the song was like so. Like the pockets were different, like changes, like the bass line cut out, and so I wrote exactly everything. Everything was feeling all those lyrics. Yeah, to get validation from Kivini. Kivini Vaitai, and to get validation from rest in peace Langa Savea. To get man, just those guys. Also Fiji. It felt great. The love and respect I have for those guys is just up there for real. Man, it was just all like what I felt in that beat made me want to like one of the main factors I wanted to get into like music was just to spit some game to like the prettiest girl, to be honest. Like been a fan of women since I was that tall. Say something like what they haven't heard before. Something fresh for the women, just me being raw.
You've released a couple of albums. Your first album was released in 2010, which was I Wanna Luv. Your second album was Soul Wailer.
Soul Wailer, my favorite.
And then your third album was My Time in 2016. Talk about the growth and the development from those three albums that you created.
I Wanna Luv, that album came like years after I got married, so I was kind of confused, like what to talk about in a song, so that my ex wouldn't get offended or anything. There was a lot of held back with I Wanna Luv, and then Soul Wailer. I kind of just let myself. I got a little bit more honest with myself, and shoot, that I say that's one of my favorite albums, EPs was Soul Wailer, because Soul Wailer, that album was made in my kid's closet. It was a rough time, like for real. Like we set up a mic stand and like a $200 mic in my kid's closet. The acoustics, like what is it called? Anyway, like the soundproofing was my kids' like jackets and stuff, like their clothes all over the place, and it came out the way it did. Soul Wailer. I was getting a little more raw with myself. And then My Time, put a lot of my heart into that one. Actually, I was inspired by singers like I don't know if you've heard of Ben Longclaw Soul. My favorite part about him, he does reggae. You put a soulful voice to some reggae music. It's a goddamn, it's a beautiful thing. There was a lot of that in My Time, and so there were some writers who helped me write some songs in there with My Time. Some family of mine, some writers from New York, and the whole time I was out there in Hawaii, like that video you posted, I was having fun, and still unaware of a lot of things. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it, but I've been releasing like every month this year. So like, I think I got a couple songs to release this month for this year, just to finish it off. You know what I'm saying? I think I could like create an album with as many songs as I released this year. So that's where I'm at.
Going back to the beginning, it has been said that you have been singing and playing music since you were a young child. What adversities, what challenges have you gone through to get you to the level that you're at today? When you were younger, you were inspired to write and play music at that time. So
there was someone really important to me that was saying that I got to change this part. I got to change that. Like that whole line needs to go. Like my vibe about it, my energy towards it. No, that's me. What I expressed. That's what happened on the track. I think the biggest, you said, adversity was just not listening to, was just following my heart, just listening to myself. And it was tough, like, because being in a relationship, you got someone that's always gonna have a say everything you do. Yeah, I think that was it. Like someone I held so high, like to go against that. It was hard for me. It was hard for me.
At the time when you were a young child, did you have any other career goals in mind at the time? And what pursued you to want to pursue music?
There was nothing else that felt more like freeing. Pops, he would put on live performances of Frank Sinatra, to Elvis Presley, to Luther Vandross, to Bob Marley, to Lucky Dubé, to Backstreet Boys even. I saw all those changes. Like I have all those influences.
Like a lot of artists, there's TikTok, there's YouTube, there's Instagram, there's SoundCloud, where a lot of people, become viral. And, for you, you got viral off of YouTube. Talk about Get to Know You. It was also featured on VH1's What Chilli Wants, season 2.
It's crazy. Like Floyd Mayweather. He heard that song. It's unreal, like crazy. Anyway, he probably don't remember. It's real. Like, like first diving into it, like I wasn't thinking about the business side of things. It was just all heart in the very beginning. Like I didn't care. Like just let me express myself. And I still got that in me too. Just let me express myself. Like I don't even, my love for performing and feeling the energy from a crowd, like singing, singing those moments like that I expressed on a song. It was written for someone else, actually, for a local band out here. I came back from high school, skipping a whole day of classes. I thought about this band. I was just thinking of like some fly to say, can you hear the guitar? And I was just like, you probably think I'm out of my mind to approach you this way. Just those little lines, and it probably ain't the right time to, cause you're probably on your way to class. Tell you what I've got to say. See, I don't want to move too fast, but if you take my hand, I hope you understand. Just little things like that just will make a girl melt in like a moment of where we both can't control, but like, I know I could say this to you, and it's crazy. Like Get to Know You is just such a puppy love song. It spread like wildfire for real. Like, and like, I know you know about like Kava, right? Like Kava Kalapus and how big music is around that atmosphere, and it just spread. Shout out to my cousin Henry. Yeah, get to know you. It was just me imagining like, I wonder what would happen if I say this, if I sing these words. And I had yeah, I mean, I also had a buddy with me. He put his spin on it too. He put some lyrics to it too. It just spread, and like a lot of what I'm proud of is like a lot of musicians younger than me. They picked up the guitar. So it's a beautiful thing.
Another big hit that you had was "Do Your Thing."
Oof, bruh. Gosh, yeah, it is. And shout out to the writers of that song for real. Like that was one of the most funnest songs I've ever recorded. Yeah, not too fast. Like that song, it along with it was a fun little music video, and like everybody was just like going with. Everybody was just still learning for real. But definitely proud of that song. Love that song, and I appreciate you bringing it up. It wasn't written by me. It was written by I know you've heard of the band called Pauhana. Those are the writers of that song, and you know it's crazy that they write a song like that because it's so ahead of its time. The previous music like they released before, it's just crazy. That just shows how versatile the writers are, if that makes any sense.
Throughout your career, you've been through the ups and downs with music. Despite all the success that you've been having in your career, what is something that you wish you would have known when you first started out in your career?
The belief and confidence in myself, not letting like someone have a say in what's really swaying your heart. I guess I wish I had this mindset like at a younger age. I'm just a lot more open, honest. I never been so honest with my writing before.
Do you have any memorable experiences in your career?
All the times I mess up at a show. Like I felt so terrible about like that time where I do like people like where I get dapped up for a good show, but inside I'm like, what's something I could have done better, could have connected with. And one of the most like memorable places, like I even posted about New Orleans, like totally out of like I only hear about New Orleans in movies, like me growing up in Utah, knowing that Not Too Fast got some traction in New Orleans. I did a couple covers, and the Southern hospitality is real out there. The people are still connected to the music that came before the music. Like I love authentic reggae, and I did a lot of that. Like I performed that, good reception. I plan to go back to New Orleans. Guam, good reception there.
You're from Utah, of course. What is the music scene like in Utah? And if you had to have family of friends over in Utah, where is the one spot you got to take them to? Whether if it's like an attraction place or a food place.
There's a culture that's being in Utah. Like people don't know yet. I mean, like outside of religion, outside of politics, there's a culture. There's a vibe. There's artists who come through in town, and like I see like my old high school friends there. I see people from church. It's like music has such a connection here. It's lit out here. It's really good. Sometimes I mean a lot of the times I feel like I gotta be really established. I feel like I got so much work, so much expression. I still gotta release. For instance, like when Fiji or when some comes out, like all the follies come out, taking them to a music scene and then taking them to my uncle and auntie's Tongan restaurant. If you stop it by Utah, Pacific Seas, food is just authentic Tongan food, or I should say Polynesian.
So presently, you've been releasing singles every month. As far as your future goals, your future projects,
to make someone's day better with a song is huge to me. I really want to make some. Been listening to a lot of Blast and Brent Fires, old school I go back to, and I'm still like discovering a lot of that. I've never been so open with my expression, so I hope like people look forward to that part and just connecting from get to know you. I know I still got like some people things like topics, conversations. Those are hard conversations like people don't talk about. I could talk about it in a song. I guess expecting some honesty. Times has changed. Like there's a lot of things that are different. A lot of things to be talked about.
You released 3 albums. Your last album was in 2016. Do you plan on releasing any more albums coming up or an EP?
As much as possible. I look at time differently now. So like I don't know how much time I got left. So I'm releasing, I'm expressing, just being in the moment with everything. Don't sleep on me yet.
And as far as who you're mostly thankful for in your career?
I saw a quote the other day, like maturity. Maturity doesn't come with age. Maturity comes with damage. All the lessons. I think just life. I like to thank life. I'm thankful for man and family. I think life and the support from my family. I felt so discouraged and alone, and my family's been pulling through.
If you could describe the word passion when it comes to music, what would you say that would be?
Action. Like nobody can tell you. Like you just feel that. Like there's artists out there. Like I say, like Post Malone. Like I love Post Malone, and he's just constantly doing constantly expressing. I think passion is an action of the heart.
Well, it's definitely good to see you still doing your passion. It's always good to see you, and I'm glad you're putting out music. So proud of you for what you've been able to do in your career. I'm glad we kept a friendship for quite some time now. I appreciate your time. Wish you all the best, brother.
I appreciate you, man, and it's so good catching up. You got to come to Utah. There's so much talent. Like it's crazy. Like I just want to make a shout out to like just the young artists. Like there's so much talent here in Utah right now that's not getting the right light. I guess I can't wait till that day comes. Sheesh, so much talent out here. It's good to see you.